my dear students. Today, social science class, history, chapter 6, First War of Indian Independence or Mutiny 1857. My dear students, what are the important aspects discussed in this chapter are we learn about the following in this chapter: causes for the war, immediate causes, spread and nature, failure and its effects of Mutiny 1857. The objectives of expanding their rule in India. The British brought many rules and regulations. Many provinces came into the control of the British because of the British implemented their variety of policies. And also the first time the Indians very dissatisfied with the British administration. This dissatisfaction surfaced as a major revolt or mutiny 1857. British historians described or called it the Sepoy Mutiny. At the same time, the Mutiny 1857, the Indian historians described or called it the First War of Indian Independence or the First Indian Struggle Freedom Movement. What are the causes for the First War of Indian Independence? Political causes, economic causes, administrative causes, military causes, immediate causes. Political causes. Many kingdoms lost their rights due to introduction of doctrine of lapse. Lord Dalhousie, British Governor General, enforced this doctrine of lapse on Indian native rulers. Dear students, due to doctrine of lapse policy by the Lord Dalhousie, many kingdoms like Satara, Jaipur, Jhansi, Udaipur and other kingdoms came under the British control. Dalhousie, British Governor General, cancelled the princely titles of the Nawabs of Tanjavur, Carnatic regions. The Mughal Sultans of and Nawabs of Oudh, their kings were stripped of their kingly status. Finally, another important political cause is thousands of soldiers who were dependent on these kings became unemployed. They resented against the British. This led to the Mutiny 1857. Now, economic causes. What were the economic causes? Industrial revolution in 18th century in England, major cause in economic cause. The Indian handicrafts and weavers, artisans, cottage industries suffered heavily. The Indian craftsmen became unemployed. The textile and wool industries completely destroyed. People lost their jobs. The British imposed heavy tax on the sale of Indian goods in England and other European nations. An Inam Commission, what once upon a time the kings granted to leaders and relatives of kings appointed, all the Inam lands were taken back by the British. This farmers suffered financially misery. Now, administrative causes. The British implemented and brought forth new civil and criminal laws and rule of law. These laws were applicable only to Indians, not applicable to British. The English became the language of the court. So this English language, the common people could not understand it. Most of the time, the British judges favored the British because most of the court's judges were British. That's why they were always favored to the British, not favored to the Indians. Now, military causes. The conditions of the Indian soldiers in the British army was very pathetic or not good. The range, salary, opportunities for the promotion only reserved for the British soldiers. At the same time, Indian soldiers not enjoyed these facilities. The religious sentiments of the Indian soldiers were hurt when they were forced to forced to cross the oceans or abroad to serve on foreign lands and protect and secure the English territories. And immediate cause. What was immediate cause? A rumor spread among the soldiers that the cartridges used in Royal Enfield rifles or guns were greased or smeared with the fat of cow and pigs. This is immediate cause. While cows were sacred to the Hindus, at the same time pigs were blasphemous or against the religions of Muslims or Islam. Now, eruption of the revolt and spread. Dear students, first the mutiny 1857 first erupted or started at Barakpur and later it spread at Meerut, Delhi, Kanpur, Lucknow, Jhansi. Barakpur. At Barakpur, Mangal Pandey, the Indian sepoy, first he refused to use new Royal Enfield guns because the rumor that spread in the army troops at Barakpur led to severe dissatisfaction. When the British officers ordered the Indian soldiers to pull the safety catch with the help of their teeth, the soldiers refused or rejected the command and revolted against their superiors. At Barakpur, Mangal Pandey, Indian sepoy, an Indian soldier named Mangal Pandey, killed a British official. Subsequently, he was arrested, later tried and hanged. Next, this mutiny 1857 spread of war at Meerut. In Meerut, when the British ordered the Indian soldiers to use the grease cartridges, the soldiers rejected or refused to carry out the order. The soldiers were imprisoned. As a result, there was a revolt in Meerut. Indian soldiers rushed into the prison and released the soldiers jailed there. Later, the group of soldiers went to Delhi from Meerut. They laid siege on the Red Fort and declared the Mughal king Bahadur Shah II declared as Emperor of India. Protesting soldiers from different parts of India reached Delhi. Consequently, the protest became serious. In Kanpur, Nana Sahib rose in protest. Tatya Topi was his assistant, but Kanpur fell into the hands of the British. Later, this mutiny 1857 spread to Lucknow. The heat of the revolt was felt in Lucknow too. Ultimately, Lucknow was taken over by the British. Even today, the Queen occupies a pride of place in the history of independence struggle. Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bai, who was enraged by the doctrine of lapse, declared war against the British because the British were not permitted to her adopted son. She tied her adopted son to her back and fought in the war. She took Gwalior under her control. When Kanpur fell into the hands of the British, Tatya Topi came to Jhansi to help the Queen Lakshmi Bai. When the battle took place again with the British, the Queen laid down her life. Now, what were the reasons or causes for the failure of the mutiny 1857 or revolt 1857? First, main cause for failure, the movement did not spread to the entire country or whole country. Not well organized struggle by British sepoys. Lack of proper direction. Lack of organization. lack of strategy, expertise among soldiers, effective leadership, discipline, and direction not in the among the Indian soldiers, lack of goal among sepoys, or no objective, no aims. Many provincial kings and other soldiers supported to British indirectly, so did not support the struggle. The people lost confidence in the soldiers due to their arson and also looting, and also even soldiers themselves even involved in destroying the public property and etc. That's why people lost their confidence on soldiers. Now, what were the effects of the mutiny 1857? First, the administration of the company came to an end, or governance or rule of the East India Company came to an end. The administration was taken over by the Queen of England. Next, the Queen of England made a declaration and promised a stable government to Indians. Ambitious expansion plans had to be given up, not interfere in religious matters of the country. Thank you.